What's going on, y'all? Chirp's coming at you with another video today, and we are in a different setting. Today we're on my property. This will be the second year tending to this food plot that we are working on. Have not had the results that we want, but I wouldn't call it unsuccessful yet. We have had progress. That's what we're back out here today doing. Today is, July 18th. So we got middle of July. I'm out here tilling up the ground with what I have available. I will show you guys what I'm using here in a second. Just wanted to get into an intro. Yeah, so here's what I will be planting this year. Last year we did a clover plot and a mix of like what's called buck forage oats. Oats died off, they froze off. All that's left is grass, weeds, and clover. So I'm gonna go through this year, and I picked up a Sugar Mama mix. That's right, you heard it, Sugar Mama. So should be everything you need, right? It's got turnip, kale, rape for extreme fall attraction, and 2 varieties of clover and chicory for year-round forage and protein. Okay, so it says to throw in elbow grease to help improve pH levels. I do not have the best soil back here, and I did not get a soil test, so do not ask me. This is elbow grease. I'm going to dilute this with water, throw it into a backpack sprayer after I'm done tilling this, and I'm going to come spray this. And then I will probably give it a night or two, maybe even a rainfall before I come back here and plant, and seed, I mean. Now, on here, this is a liquid calcium treatment designed for soil. It says to use a backpack sprayer. 2 to 4 gallons per acre, 1 to 3 gallons. Use a minimum of 10 quarts of water to 1 part elbow grease. So this right here covers a 1/4 acre. That's about what I have right here in this plot. So that's it for the intro. That's what we got. We got our seed covered. We got our spray covered. I'm just mixing it with this little hand mixer. I also have buck forage oats in here left over from last year that might get, thrown in there. Might as well. Why not? Little mineral block down here. I'm not going to show. And yeah, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to throw on a little time lapse for you guys. Maybe edit this stuff in and put together a good video. Stay tuned. Alrighty. So this is the rig. This is a 4x4 Bristers trail wagon with a Honda 420 in it. It's got a dump bed, little tailgate. Here's the 420. This is motor swapped. I'm not sure exactly what comes with it. I know it's a Honda. Oh, a 390. There you go. So this is pretty new to me. I actually just picked this up. Got this for free from a good buddy of mine. A couple doors down. Just wanted to get rid of it. Headlights work. Light bar works. Everything seems to work except 4x4, of course. This is what you get for free. But it runs, and it runs good. So I cannot complain. I'm very grateful for it. Here's the bed. Got a couple of hand rakes, like I said. Box full of oil, fuel. This was left here. So this had already been a food plot. Well, what was one at one point. This just has some 4-inch rebar. Not even 4, I'd say 2.5. Those are welded probably every couple inches all the way down, front and back. This is just angle iron put together. Some of the welds are busted off. Got some brake calipers for some weight. Didn't even strap them down, they just keep falling off. Yeah, this is the bare minimum. This is what you can use to get it done. I mean, you could really just hand rake this all and do it. I'm getting out and hand raking a lot. I got to pick this up and get all the leaves and sticks out of there so on. I'm gonna come back through here and clean up all this. Probably end up hand raking all that. But as you can tell, there's a disc brake over there in the distance. I'm sorry, caliper. So that stuff only calls for a 1/4 inch into the soil. So my plan here is come through here, get it all tilled up, cleaned up nice. You can tell I'm getting sunlight in here. About, at this moment, I'd say a good 60% of this is probably covered. You know, this is all shaded. That's where the sun comes up, and then it eventually will come over and that side will hit sun. So this is definitely a partial. You can tell I have it tilled out around the perimeter for the most part. Let me get up here and show you guys what's left from last year. I mean, this is all just grass and weeds that came back up. Just grass. So this is kind of where the food plot took the best. This is probably just going to get left. I don't want to come over here and rip up all this clover that is growing perfectly fine, right? I believe this is all white clover. Got a little bit of weeds in there. I'm not too worried about it. So, I mean, even in the shade right here, all this clover is growing up. So that should be all right. I cleaned this up real good by hand and then went back through it with that little tiller. It's a real sandy mixture of soil back here. So I'm hoping that that calcium mix will help this food plot really take off. I've planted it up north. This is southeast Michigan. I planted in northern Michigan and had no trouble. No trouble before. So this would be year 2. I'm probably just gonna set up a time lapse and keep going around, get some footage for you guys. So here's a little transition into the neighbor's property. That's just, it runs north and south going this way. That the property does. So does mine. And then this trail cuts through. There's a downed tree right there for one reason. Old guy thinks he can dump grass on my food plot, which is not okay with me. So what I did was grabbed as much as I could by hand and took it and threw it over there right where he could see it. And then cut up some down trees and piled it up here. It's not going to keep the deer from getting through here. It's just going to keep him out. So that is that. It's always those guys, right? Always those neighbors. I got a real skinny lot, so you're going to have that, I guess. Hopefully that stops come to deer season. But I can give you guys a close up on the blind too here soon. is the south end of the blind on the south end of the property. Camera, bottom. You just swap the batteries out. So that's just watching over the property line on the back side. Neighbors on the east and west side. This was just the bottom platform, and I just went through a couple days ago and added onto the sides with just some scrap plywood and a leftover window I had, and threw a roof on that as well. Oops. There's a little trail. Path of least resistance right back to the food plot. Trail coming from the neighbors. There is a power line that cuts all the way through their property, north and south. I see a lot of deer coming through there. So yeah, I'm gonna get up in there and I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Alright guys, so this is the inside. I left this berm up here just because I was sweeping it out. Just a leftover toolbox I have that will be left unlatched when season comes, but just has some bare necessities. Just a book, a pellet magazine from this year, lighter, zip ties, and there's also a little mini first aid kit in there somewhere. I know that lot's way too loud, so that might have to come out. But I just put this scrap window in and fasten it to these trees. The only thing that sucks is on windy days, this blind can be really creaky, just pulling on the screws, and it can be a little loud, but so can the wind, right? So I've been sitting here before and seen some nice deer. I just threw this burlap on. I need to cut some more holes, like bigger, so that I can stick an arrow out of there at least. And here's where you come up, and then this back side is the plot that I never really have a whole lot of action on, to be honest with you guys. There's the trail coming in. I've personally never had a deer come in that way, so that's what I'm working on, is I'm trying to be able to get that opportunity. As you can see, it's definitely within shooting range. So yeah, that's the tour of this old shithole.